What's the best combination of credit cards to maximize your cashback in 2024? Hey guys, it's Adrian here, the Canadian in a t-shirt. And today I'll break down the best cashback credit cards in Canada that I use every day. By using a combination of these cards, I'm able to save almost 4% cashback on every single purchase. Last year, I earned $2,900 in cashback. That's free money in my pocket just by using the right credit card for each purchase. You don't get this benefit with debit or cash, so be strategic and make sure you always pay your balance in full. This is a series of videos that I update every 2 years. And this year, we've got some big changes. I've got a new card taking the top spot, an old classic has dropped off the list, and another one has come back from the dead. Only 2 cards on this list have an annual fee. The rest are totally free, so they should be great for most Canadians. But of course, your spending habits may be different from mine. Let's jump in. Starting at the top, my new favorite credit card is the Scotia Momentum Visa Infinite. I've had this card for 10 years, and now it's finally taken the top spot because it gives me 4% cashback on my biggest expenses. I get a whopping 4% cashback on groceries and recurring bill payments. That includes my cell phone, internet, Netflix, insurance, utilities, and this is the big one, rent. That's right, with this card, I'm able to save over $600 every year on my rent. And that's because of Chexy. It's a new startup that allows you to pay your rent with a credit card. Your landlord gets an e-transfer, no change on their end, but you get to earn cashback. This is an absolute game changer. In fact, 6 months ago, I invested my own money into Chexy. That's how much I believe in this company and what they're doing to help Canadians. Rent is our biggest expense, and with Chexy, we get to take some money back. I've already made a whole video on Chexy and how it works, so check that out. I'll include a link down below to sign up and enter my referral code Canadian T-shirt to get your first month free. Of course, Chexy has to charge a fee of 1.75% on your rent, so your cashback has to beat that to earn a profit. That's why I love the Scotia Infinite. There's no credit card in Canada that offers 4% cashback on recurring bills. That includes rent. So I pay 1.75% to Chexy and Scotia gives me 4%. So I earn a profit of 2.25%. My rent is $2,200 a month. So by using this strategy, I'm earning a net $600 a year. I love it. Even if you don't pay rent, you still earn 4% on groceries and bills. Last year, I collected almost $600 in cashback. Now that I can charge rent as well, I expect to earn well over $1,000. You can see here, I've already earned over $780 in cashback since November. That's why this card is my new number one. Here's another cool hack. This 4% rate applies on any purchase you make in a grocery store, even gift cards. If I need to buy something on Amazon, I go to my grocery store and buy an Amazon gift card. That's still a grocery purchase. So with this card, I get 4% cashback on Amazon. This card does come with an annual fee of $120, but the cashback more than makes up for it. If you spend at least $3,000 in the year, the cashback pays for itself. And use my referral link below to waive this fee for the first year. That saves you $120. Plus, you'll get a 10% promotional cashback rate on every purchase for the first 3 months or the first $2,000 you spend. That's a total sign-up bonus worth $320. So click my referral link to sign up. Note, the 4% cashback is capped at $25,000 for the year. After that, it drops to 1%. I was never close to spending 25 grand with this card, but now that I pay my rent with it, I will reach this limit. So here's my plan. I'm charging rent on my Scotia Visa for 10 months to get that 4%. Then for the last 2 months, I switch over to my Amex card to get 2%. Then in the new year, I do it all over again. Speaking of Amex, my second favorite card is the American Express SimplyCash Preferred Card. I've had this card for 9 years. This is the old design, but now it looks like this. This card got me $1,450 in cashback last year, and so far this year, I've already earned $1,100. Here's how. I get 4% cashback on groceries and gasoline. With this card, I get a 4% discount at the pump. Even better, I collect 2% cashback on everything else. Doesn't matter the category. This is the highest flat rate in Canada. I use the other cards on this list to get 4% cashback on certain categories, but for everything else, I fall back to my Amex. This is super useful for big purchases like hotels, flights, and equipment. This card comes with a monthly fee of $10 or $120 for the year, but the cashback easily makes up for it, as long as you spend $3,000 on gas and groceries or $6,000 on everything else. It also gives you great benefits like travel insurance and mobile device insurance. And it lets you buy concert tickets on Ticketmaster a few days early to avoid getting sold out. I go through all the benefits and details of this card and the Scotia Visa in this video, the best grocery credit cards. American Express is one of the only cards in Canada that offers a referral program. Every time you refer this card to a friend, you'll receive $50 in cash back, up to $750 for the year. If you refer 2 friends, you've basically paid off the annual fee. Last year, I maxed this out, so I got $750 in referrals, plus $700 in cash back for my regular spending. Use my referral link below and you can earn up to $40 a month in credits for 10 months. That's a $400 sign-up bonus, so use my link below to take advantage of it. Just a heads up, not all stores will accept Amex. That includes Loblaws, so always carry a Visa or Mastercard with you. Before you apply to these cards, it's so important to know your credit score. I include links below to sign up with Borrowell and Credit Karma, which are totally free, and I use both of them to check my credit score every week. That way, I know I'll get approved with no surprises. And watch this video to improve your credit score in 7 steps. Now, back to the list. The rest of the cards have no annual fee. They're totally free. No downsides, just free cashback. At number 3, we have the SIMPLII Financial Cashback Visa. This card focuses on restaurants. It has no annual fee and it offers a whopping 4% cashback on restaurants, bars, and coffee shops. Even the fancy cards with big annual fees can't compete with that. So I would recommend this card to everyone, even if you only use it for restaurants. That's what I do. I only use this card when eating out to get 4% cashback. That alone earned me $200 last year, and so far I'm at $70 this year. Important point, this 4% cashback is limited to an annual spend of $5,000. It hasn't happened yet, but if I were to spend more than $5,000 a year on restaurants, I'd switch to the Amex to get 2%. This card is totally free, but in order to get approved, you need to have a bank account with SIMPLII. Luckily, they have some of the best checking accounts and savings accounts out there. I've used them for years, no fees, and their savings offer some of the best promotional interest rates. If you use my referral link below to open a savings account, you'll earn 5.9% interest for the first 5 months. That's amazing. There are other great sign-up bonuses for their checking account and Visa if you use my link below. Next up, we have the Triangle World Elite Mastercard offered by Canadian Tire. This card offers 4% cashback whenever you shop at Canadian Tire, Sport Chek, and Marks. This includes auto service at Canadian Tire, so for car repairs, winter tires, you get a 4% discount. You also get 5 cents per liter on gasoline at Canadian Tire and Petro-Canada gas stations. In my area, gas is about $1.70 per liter, so 5 cents gives me 3% in cashback. Remember, my Amex gives me 4% cashback at any gas station, so the Amex is better for gas. This card has no annual fee and it comes with free roadside assistance, plus other benefits. It's great value for a free credit card, but here's the best part. I can use this card to pay for property tax and utility bills, and I get 1% cashback on that. No other credit card allows this, and if you own real estate, it's a game changer. Between my brother and I, we own 3 rental properties, so we pay more than $10,000 a year in property taxes. Earning 1% on that, plus the utilities, I collected $230 of free money last year thanks to this card. Note, with this card, you don't earn direct cashback, you earn Canadian Tire money. But you can redeem it anytime at Canadian Tire, Sport Chek, and other stores. I use this to cover all of my sports supplies every year. At number 5, we have the Home Trust Preferred Visa. I use this card exclusively for foreign transactions, whenever I travel outside of Canada or if I'm shopping online in US dollars. This is a rare card which doesn't charge a currency conversion fee. Most credit cards charge an upfront fee of 2.5% if you're buying something other than Canadian dollars. By using this card, you're saving that 2.5% fee, so I think of it as 2.5% cashback on foreign purchases. This saves me a ton of money whenever I travel, especially big costs like hotels and museums. In fact, it saved me over $100 last year, even though I didn't travel much. And this card has no annual fee, so there's no downside at all. At number 6, we have the PC Financial World Elite Mastercard. I use this card every time I shop at Shoppers Drug Mart, and I get 4.5% cashback. Technically, I don't get cash, I get PC Optimum points. You can redeem 10,000 points to save $10 at Shoppers or Loblaws grocery stores. It's a great card, especially with no fee, but I only use it at Shoppers for that 4.5%. Everywhere else, I get better value with other cards. This card is very powerful if you combine it with promotions at Shoppers, like the 20 times the points event. This card gave me $40 of cash back last year, plus an extra $250 worth of points. It can really add up if you use it right. You can also refer a friend with this card to earn 25,000 points, which is worth $25 each. You can do up to 10 referrals. I'll include the link below to sign up, and if you want to help support my channel, feel free to enter my referral code so I earn some PC points as well. Before we get to my last card, which one fell off the list? It's sad to say, but it's the SIMPLII Visa card. This is the oldest credit card I have, and I stuck with it for over a decade because it gave me about 5% cashback at Cineplex movie theaters, and I love going to the movies. Sadly, they weakened it, and it only gets me 2% at the movies now. That's fine, but I already get 2% everywhere with the Amex, so I'm not using this card anymore. It's still a great card for students, check out this video here, but for me, it no longer provides value. But good news, we have a redemption story with the Rogers Red World Elite Mastercard. I still have the black version here. My relationship with this card has been a roller coaster. 5 years ago, when I first started this channel, this card was amazing. I praised it as the best no-fee credit card out there. Then in 2020, they severely reduced it. And worst of all, they imposed a minimum spending amount of $15,000 a year. That was a deal breaker for me. There's no way I would spend $15K on this card alone, so I stopped using it. And now, 4 years later, it's back with a vengeance. Once again, this is the best no-fee credit card in Canada. They got rid of the $15,000 spending requirement, great news, and they offer 1.5% cashback on everything. Here's where it gets really good. If you're a customer with Rogers, Fido, or Shaw, your cashback gets bumped up to 2% on every purchase. That's amazing, especially for a no-fee credit card. You also get 3% cashback on US purchases. You still pay a 2.5% conversion fee, but with 3%, you get a net profit of 0.5% cashback in US dollars. For other currencies, use the Home Trust Visa. But for US dollars, I'll use the Rogers card. So if you're a Rogers, Fido, or Shaw customer, you get a 2% flat rate cashback. That's fantastic. Still not quite as good as the Amex, since that also gets me 4% on groceries and gas, but the Rogers is a Mastercard, and that means I can use it at Costco and get 2%. There's no other card in Canada that offers 2% at Costco, so if you shop there, this is a no-brainer. Don't even think about the Costco Mastercard. This one is the best. Click my referral link below to sign up. You can redeem this cashback anytime, but here's a tip. If you redeem this money to pay for your cell phone bill with Rogers, Fido, or Shaw, you get a 1.5 times redemption bonus. So if you redeem $50 worth of cashback, it's actually worth $75 against your phone bill. That's great value, so take advantage of this free money. So those are the 7 Canadian credit cards that I use every day. Let's summarize this in a table to see when to use each card. Whenever I buy groceries or pay my monthly bills, including rent, I use my Scotia Infinite to get 4% cashback. When I go to a restaurant, I use my SIMPLII Visa to get 4%. When I shop at Canadian Tire and Sport Chek, I use my Triangle World Elite to get 4% cashback. And I pay my property tax and utilities to get 1%. Whenever I travel out of Canada, I use the Home Trust Visa to save me that 2.5% conversion fee. When I shop at Shoppers Drug Mart, I use my PC World Elite to get 4.5%. When I shop at Costco, I use the Rogers World Elite to get 2% cashback, since I'm a Fido customer. For gasoline and groceries, I use my American Express SimplyCash Preferred card to get 4% cashback, and for everything else, I get 2%. Check out the rest of my Canadian credit card guide, the videos with the orange thumbnails. And to sign up for any of these cards, use my referral links below for great bonuses. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of The Canadian in a T-shirt. Bye guys.